Welcome back. Now, 30-year-old Pretoria local Tylo Ribeiro was crowned the new Mister Supranational South Africa of 2023 at the grand finale event held in April at the prestigious Melrose Arch in Johannesburg. Now, Ribeiro joins us now to discuss his role and initiatives. Tylo, congratulations. Welcome to the show. And you're now Mister Supranational South Africa 2023. How does that feel? I mean, this is your very first pageant that you've ever entered.
Yeah, it's still unreal. I mean, I'd literally only felt this week, Tuesday, it sunk in and I was like, okay, wait, this is real.
This is it.
I need to start prepping. I need to start doing a whole lot of things. Yeah, and being my first pageant, I didn't actually know what to feel once you actually win, because normally you're used to the feeling. But when I won, it was like, okay, cool. I'm supposed to feel something now, anytime now. And then, yeah, it just hit me last week. So, yeah, it's been an amazing journey so far.
Sure, that's absolutely amazing. For those that don't know the Mister Supranational or the Miss and Mister Supranational brand, just take us through who they are. I know Mister Supranational only started in 2016. In over those years, 80 other countries have entered, making this the biggest male pageant in the world. Just take us through what Mister Supranational stands for and what made you align with this particular pageant.
Yes, so kind of what the name supranational stands for is influencing on a global scale. So not only influencing your nation, but actually influencing various nations across the globe. So you must make such an impact that you are able to impact each and every nation in the same way or slightly different throughout the whole world. And that falls in line with what I want to do basically in my life, because I enjoy helping people and I enjoy hearing people's stories and I just enjoy meeting new people. So this falls in line with what I want to achieve one day going forward. And how I came across this pageant, this was actually the first male pageant that I watched. And then I kind of investigated a little bit more, went on Google just to see what it actually stands for. It's more than just actually walking. I mean, they have a project, or they have an initiative that's from the ground up project.
Okay.
So from the ground up project is you going out into the community and actually helping your community. And you can also go further, but they want you to actually like start small, like from the ground up, and then actually build it up and make it sustainable going forward. So the project that I have decided to create is called Valuable, with the slogan, I'm able, therefore I am valuable. So we focus on people with disabilities, whether it's mentally or physically. So we kind of build their self-worth and build their self-confidence, either to become an entrepreneur and start their own business, or we go to workspaces and we ask them how can they just change their way of working to accommodate these individuals going forward.
I mean, transformation is very important, especially in communities where people are less able. Why did you decide specifically to look into people with disabilities?
It's always been for me, like, equality is important to me, but I just feel like the world's opportunities, everybody deserves all the opportunities available in the world. Nobody should be left out of an opportunity due to something that maybe happened to them or just due to the way that they were born. So from the beginning, I just felt like there is kind of a need for their voice to be heard, because there is awareness of it, but it kind of gets lost in between all the noise. So I just want to be their voice for them going forward.
And when will all of this work start? Has it started already? In which communities could we start seeing you in?
Yes, so it has started since January when we started this whole process. So currently I'm focusing on the kids with disability that are deaf. So we're just kind of building them up. So a lot of the kids, they're about 6 years old, but they've only started hearing. They've got their implants a year ago. So you're looking at a 6-year-old that has the language capability of a 1-year-old. So you need to know how to interact with this child, because you're looking at a 6-year-old, but you're actually talking to a 1-year-old. So you kind of need to slowly progress their language skills going forward in order for them to actually talk properly when they are older. So yes, they do have sign language, which is an amazing communication skill, but you actually want them to operate normal. You actually want them to feel normal. You don't actually want them, when they're older, to realize they are actually deaf.
Most certainly. I mean, just delving more into the pageant itself, we know that we live in a time where pageantry has been deemed to be irrelevant. How do you feel that pageantry can still play a role in today's society, especially with the initiatives that Mister Supranational has for people like you who are willing to go out there?
Yes. So the word pageant, I kind of replace it with the word platform, because I've been in this process for about 4 or 5 months now, and I've only walked once on a stage. So
Right.
there's so much behind the scenes happening of them actually allowing you and creating opportunities for you to go out into community, for you to go out to businesses and actually say what you want to say, what is your value that you can bring to them. So this type of platform allows you to reach places that you alone won't be able to reach. And that is also one of the main reasons why I entered for this, because you alone can only do so much, but if you've got a whole organization behind you, you can do so much more.
And you're a data scientist by day. How does that sort of incorporate in the work that you do in the pageantry?
Yeah, I've never actually mixed the two, but I have a very analytical brain. So obviously I look at everything from an analytical point of view. So every small little detail of what I'm supposed to do, and I have a very curious mind as well. And also when they give me a task to do within the organization, I go full out. I make sure I cover all the foundation of it, the basics and everything, and then I board it up and I go even more of what I'm supposed to do. So I think the person in me, the curiosity within me, just aligns with what this pageant, or this platform rather, stands for, because they want you to be curious. They want you to actually get initiative and actually go and make a difference and not wait for them to tell you to make a difference.
And I ask you this because a lot with the female pageants, the stigma around the women that enter these pageants is not that they're quite academic, but it's more on how they look. What sort of stigmas have you come across in male pageantry?
Yes, it's also, once again, we kind of also get the same of saying, no, it's just a beauty you must have a good body, you must have a good face. And then once again, I tell them, I mean, I've been on this journey for 5 months, and I've only walked once on a stage where I was judged, if you call it that. But it's more for what you stand for, and it's more for how you inspire and how you aspire other individuals, whether it's younger or older. But you must kind of have the whole balanced lifestyle. You must have, yes, you must look after your body, and yes, you must look after your face. I mean, beauty is within the eye of the beholder. So
Right.
I have a certain beauty, you have a certain beauty. So you need to make sure that you actually embrace that beauty, embrace your body, and embrace your mindset for the world out there. And then that is actually what this platform also stands for.
I mean, when you won, there was quite a very tough judging panel, from former Miss South Africas to former Mr. and Miss Supranationals. What do you think made you stand out from all the other contestants?
I ask myself that every day, because all the other contestants, they were so worthy of this title as well. I mean, I don't want to take it away from them. I don't want to take it away from myself. But,
Right.
I mean, the panel really had a tough decision. And, I mean, just the entries that we got this year was incredible. I mean, the 10 finalists, we were happy if any one of them could get it. I think that one thing that put me aside from the rest is, I've experienced quite a few things in my life that give me a different perspective on life, as well as I have different skill sets than the rest had that I can actually use going forward in this platform to make a difference.
That's absolutely amazing. Now, on the 15th of July, you'll be preparing for the international stage where you'll be competing with 40 others. What's your game plan for that one?
Game plan is to win, strategy to win, obviously. But yeah, for now, it's just getting my mindset ready. It's just kind of making sure you don't lose focus, making sure you stay true to yourself. And also then here and there, just hitting the gym to make sure that the physique is also at least what you want it to be, so that you feel confident on the stage. So yeah, I would say mostly it's being getting my mindset correct, and also just being consistent. Carry on doing what I'm doing.
How much work goes into preparation when it comes for pageants such as these?
Yeah, because I have my work, that's my normal 9 to 5, but then in the evenings I spend a good 4 to 5 hours just actually prepping myself, making sure that I cover previous questions from previous pageants or so, and then also just asking yourself questions. I mean, you kind of need to ask yourself, why are you doing this? If you were in this situation, what would you do? So it's just getting your mind ready for what's going to happen overseas, because I have no idea, because it's my first one. I mean, we fly in the 2nd of July already, so we're there a whole week and a half before the actual pageant happens, where they also let us do tourist things, they give us tasks to do, and we get judged from the moment that we land. So, I mean, once again, that's also just proof of you don't actually just walk on a ramp and
Right.
get judged. You actually, how you interact with everybody, how is your personality when there's highs and lows happening and all of that. So, yeah, just to get your mind in the game, as they say.
Tylo, what's your vision for the future, beyond the title, beyond the pageants? Where do you see yourself?
I see myself definitely still carry on assisting where I can with people with disabilities as well as equality. Yeah, it's been something that's kind of close to my heart. I want to inspire people and I want to motivate people. So I definitely see myself fulfilling the role as a motivational speaker or presenter going forward, just to be the voice that for people that feel like they have lost their voice going forward.
And for that young boy who's watching, who never thought that pageantry could open any doors, it could be a platform for them as a springboard into something that they want to do, what advice would you give?
Yes, just make sure that the platform that you're going for aligns with what you want in life. And then I always say consistency. Make sure that you are consistent in what you do. Even there are going to be some days that you don't want to do it, but just do something small. Make sure that you work towards that final goal, because at the end of the day, it will happen.
Tylo, thank you so much for joining us this evening. We are crossing fingers for the 15th of July, ensuring that you take that international title. But thank you so much for joining us, and all the best with the work that you will be doing from ground up.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.